Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday and welcome to the final day of the Financial Gratitude Challenge. I know again we are late, but y'all life has been just life in the holidays, illnesses, whatever. And I finally have a chance to come and complete 30 days. And I am a person where I like to finish what I've started no matter if I've gotten thrown behind. If I finish early, great. If I got thrown behind, I still like to come and finish what I have started. And of course, this journey has been important to me in giving honor, gratitude, thanks to God for everything that He has brought me through in this financial journey and season of my life. And today we are coming from Psalm 136. Verse 1, where it says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever." And as we round out day 30 of the Financial Gratitude Challenge, I want to definitely remind you to just, again, be forever grateful and thankful for where you are in this financial season of your life. As we know, yesterday was Christmas, and I think people, from what I am seeing, people did what they needed to do for their family, their children, their loved ones, and they were still conscious about spending money. Some of us just are a little bit more conscious of where we're spending our money, how we're spending our money, and we're just budgeting and being just more strategic in what we do with our finances. And being as though we're coming just out of Christmas yesterday, there are still a lot of people who kind of went above and beyond, a kind of people who still went and lived above their means to be able to give their kids and their families a good Christmas holiday. And I understand it. I get it. I'm kind of one of those people. I want to make sure that I potentially get what my kids want and make sure that they need. And also, I'm a person where I don't, since my kids are not as old, as young, I don't have to spend money on Christmas like I did, when they were younger. And it's kind of, a blessing in disguise for me, because again, I don't have to worry about that aspect of life anymore. But I want to say that one of the things that I heard somebody say last week is you do not have to go broke for, especially your children, because children get pretty much throughout the year, January through November. Most of us still are taking care of our kids. We're buying them the necessities. We are even going above and buying them extra things that they ask for. And so we kind of just, most of us are parents. So we give our kids the things that they desire to a certain degree. And so with that, we tend to kind of sort of, again, live above our means, spend a little bit more, just making our kids happy. But we know in hindsight, a lot of the things that they ask us for are fads. They fade away. They play with these things for a certain amount of time, and then they are done with them. And this is why I'm a person now where I believe when it comes to spending money on children, I'm very careful about what I am spending my money on these, because we know that it's a fad. It's not a thing that is going to last forever. They don't play with these toys forever. They don't, some kids grow out of the habit of video games. Some kids do not. But we know, like, even with my 12-year-old brother who plays, he just told me he doesn't play Fortnite. So at one point, did you stop playing Fortnite? And then he heard my son mention Fortnite. So now he wants to pick up the habit of playing Fortnite again. So it's like fads. These things come in fads. And again, I was a kid, so I know things come in waves. They come in fads. But more importantly, we have to be good stewards of our money going into 2025. The Lord demands it from us. He gives us strategic verses to tell us to spend money, to be wise with our money, not spend money, but to be wise with our money. And so we have principles to go by. We have godly scripture to go by to allow us to choose how we want to spend our money, choose how we want to be in our financial journey. And so when it comes to budgeting for me, one of the things that I'm going to be doing in 2025 is I am going to be not only moving into phase 2 of my debt payoff, but I'm also going to be more strategic with staying on top of my budget, of course, investing more and saving more, and just kind of allocating my money to where I want it to be in the future. And for that, I can only say, thanks to God, because again, in this last couple months, probably in the last 6 months of this year, when I started putting my debt debt freedom journey into action, is kind of where I started seeing, okay, now I have money to put towards more of my retirement, put towards more of my IRAs and my savings and things like that. And it's only because I was able to pay off debts. And some of the money that I used to pay off these debts, I am now allocated to doing things that's going to benefit me in the long run. Many people know that as a nurse, I do private duty. I have my own business. There's going to be a point in time where I don't want to do, private duty nursing anymore. I've been an RN for 24, almost 25 years. And so the bulk of my monies, things that have been saved in, it has been throughout working as a nurse, especially in the hospitals where I built my biggest, 401k portfolio to date. And as I venture out of nursing and kind of move into a different field or a different venture, I still want to be able to contribute to whatever funds. Now, the funds that I have at the hospitals will stay at the hospitals, because obviously I'm no longer contributing to those anymore because I don't work there. But they're going to stay there. I may choose to move them. I more than likely probably will not. I'll just keep them parked at Fidelity, and I'm going to leave them there because most of my retirement things are in Fidelity, and I like Fidelity. And so I believe, for me anyway, this is where the bulk of savings, retirement, and other things are. But if it had not been for me getting strategic about budgeting, paying off the few little debts that I have, paying off some credit cards that I have, then I probably would not be in the space where I am now to work less, save more, put more to my retirement and things like that. And so the goal for me moving into phase 2 of 2025 is I have some credit cards that now I'm going to be working to pay off of. They're not like, crazy amounts. I think the highest one I have is like 3,000, and then I have one that's like 1,500, and I have another one that's like 15 or 1,600. That's phase 2 for me. Once I pay those off, that's pretty much it for me being in this kind of debt that I consider the really, really bad debt. The only debts that I would have left to pay off would be my son's car, which I bought. So I didn't buy brand new, but it was 2 years old when I bought it. And I bought it for him to finish college. I want him to have a car that's not going to break down, because he's had 2 cars that I paid cash for. And within a year, both of them kind of broke down and went bad. So I decided the third one, I was actually going to go out and purchase one that was fairly new. And then he has 2 more years left of college. What he chooses to do with that car once I pay it off, like I told him, that's on you. If you chose to go out here and get you a car payment and it's through the roof, then that's something you got to deal with. But I've talked to him about blowing his money on dumb things and spending his money on cars that depreciate. They're not adding value to your life. They're going to keep you like he knows. We've talked about it strategically. But outside of the phase 2, left would be paying off his car, student loans, and then my mortgage. And it's not much that I could probably do with student loans and a mortgage. It is what it is. But I know with the car, my goal is to possibly have it paid off before the end of 2025, and probably before then. It just depends on how fast I can pay off these 3 credit cards that I have. But that is my phase 2 for my debt payoff going into 2025. Once I complete phase 2, the phase 3 is going to be paying off his car, which again, I've broken my debt up into phases. And when people ask me, this is how I do, this is how I was able to pay it off, because it's no way I could have just been like, I'm going to pay off all these debts at one time. I had to strategically put them in phases of what I'm going to pay off, what I'm going to be paying on, what I just had to put those in categories, phases that I am going to be paying off. Thank God I don't owe for taxes or anything like that. I know some people that have hefty tax bills. Thank God I don't have that. I don't have like major medical bills. I don't have any of those. So I think for me, I'm doing pretty good. It's just that a lot of my debt incurred with me going through a divorce. And of course, y'all know my story. I was pretty much left with, of course, all of the debt and paying it off. And so this is kind of sort of where my debts began, is because once me and my husband parted ways, he decided he wasn't going to pay for anything, and he just kind of left me holding everything, which, it's fine. I didn't give it to God. I didn't let it go. But if things had worked out the way it would have worked out, then I would not have been left with the amount of debt that I have been left with. But again, in day 30 today is where we definitely say thank you to God, just giving a lifetime of thankfulness for allowing him to go through our debt-free journey, our budgeting journey, no matter where you are in your financial journey, just giving him thanks. I was talking to somebody the other day before yesterday. I was actually in a store, and she heard me on the phone with one of my friends, and one of my friends was asking me about she wants to start getting into stocks and things like that, and what is the best route to go for her. And I just kind of told her some things that I do. And then the lady behind me was like, do you teach a class? And I was like, no. I said, pretty much these are just things that I learned studying on my own, following other people on social media who are heavy into retirement stocks. I'm definitely one of those people. I wish I would have known about that FIRE journey where financial independence and you could retire early. I wish I would have known about that probably, when I was in my 20s, because I definitely would be right there with these people, not having to work, living independently, kind of doing what I want to do. But we were, she heard me talking about that. And I said, no, this is just kind of things that I picked up with taking classes, studying other people, looking at TV. And so this is where I learned about stocks and bonds and savings and things like that. But again, as it relates to ending the 30-day jet, and I know I'm kind of all over the place today, but I got so much going on in terms of what I would like to discuss with you guys about money. But again, I just want to keep it compounded to the last day of the 30-day challenge. And again, I know it's been spread out, you guys, simply because life has been lifing, and I just didn't have a chance to get caught up. But remember to give thanks. We're in a season of gratitude, definitely giving thanks, helping out our fellow man, even if you don't feel like your heart is in gratitude mode, still find a way to honor God, to give back, to say thank you for everything that he has done for you. And again, every bad thing that happens to us, definitely, I do believe part of it is God's will. And then the other half, I believe, the devil is trying to take us out. But I lean more heavily to when it comes to our finances and the dumb things that we have done. That is more of God telling us, hey, I sent you a blessing, but then also in that blessing, I sent you a lesson. And so, yes, I blessed you with the car. I blessed you with the nice house, but I'm also teaching you a lesson in that you don't have to live in debt. You don't have to keep a mortgage. You don't have to keep a car payment. So for me, I tend to believe that the blessings of our lessons as well, because we go out here and we make these major purchases. God allows us, he gives us free will to make these choices. And then he also lets us know this is not what I told you to do. This is not in my will for you. And so I believe, there's blessings in every lesson that we have to learn. And so with that being said, you guys, I am hopping off. We are done our 30-day challenge. And check me out over on YouTube, where I am going to be doing for the next couple of days leading up into Christmas. Christmas, Lord, up until New Year's, I'm going to be giving you a glance at where I am in my financial journey right now. I haven't done a YouTube video. It's been about a month, maybe a month and a half, but the next video that's coming out is kind of where I'm going to be taking you through how much I owed, where I am now, what my plans are for 2025. I know I've laid some of it out here. And yeah, how you guys can just follow me along in my debt payoff journey. And yep, that is it. So you guys stay connected with me. I will be dropping a YouTube video. If I don't get it out today, it'll be definitely out tomorrow. I'm going to strive to get it out today. Or at least give you guys an update of where I am in my journey and where I plan to be come January 1 of 2025. And yeah, I have some home projects I would like to get done as well. That's part of the reason why I definitely want to kind of pay off my debts, is because I've been living in my house now since 2018. I bought my house new. So I moved in it December of 2018. So I've been in it, 5 years now? 19, 21, 2. Yeah, 5 years, coming up on 6 years next year. And so there's a lot of things that I kind of want to upgrade, do in my home. And so yeah, this is another part of the reason why I definitely want to go ahead and pay off debt, because some of that money that I'm using could be used to do other things in my home. And so one of the things the first thing I would like to do is to get a gate put up, because my dog likes to go out. He likes to run. And so that's number one top priority, is getting a gate, because he likes to go out. He likes to go out. And so and some other things, but that's priority. So in the midst of me savings and investing, you'll also see me doing a lot of home improvement projects as well. So with that being said, you guys, I am hopping off. Thank you for joining me for 30 days of the Financial Gratitude Challenge. And remember, know where you are in your financial journey. Practice gratitude each and every day. Every time you pay a bill, whether you pay it off or pay on it, still give thanks to God that you were able to do it. Whether you were able to pay $5, $10, $15, $100, $1,000, still give thanks to God for being able to do that. It is going to bring you a lot closer to your debt freedom journey. And also, it's going to make you happy to know that you did something productive with your money, and you are moving in a better direction than where you were at the beginning of 2024. So that is it, you guys. Enjoy. Check me out on YouTube. I will be dropping a new video. And that is it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.